I'm Alan Robarge, a psychotherapist and a relationship coach. Welcome to Improve Your Relationships, where I like to talk about attachment injuries and healing attachment trauma. On this video, let's talk about the core concerns and practices for insecurely attached relationships. I have created a document identifying 12 specific areas of focus. Perhaps we could call them principles, we could call them dynamics that play out in relationship and reinforce dysfunctional, unhealthy relating when they go unattended. The core concern identifies the situation, identifies the dynamic, and then I'm offering the core practice as a way to counter it as an antidote. Now, this video is video number 2, core concern and core practice number 2. I'm operating from a particular worksheet that I've created or a handout that I've created. And if you would like that handout, please go to my website and you can download it, alanrobarge.com/core concerns. You'll be able to see the URL here, and then also in the description, in the notes of the YouTube video, I'll include the link there as well. Let's jump into core concern, core practice number 2 is our experience of vulnerability and intimacy in relationships activates various levels and forms of distress, fear, anxiety, hypervigilance, checking out, that get in the way of creating secure attachment bonds with others. Therefore, we choose to practice skillful management of our distress. I'm going to read it again for you. Our experience of vulnerability and intimacy in relationships activate various levels and forms of distress. And before I read further and just identify the string of examples of the types of distress, there's a bit of a paradoxical, even unfortunate, it's an unfortunate paradox that in fact vulnerability and intimacy create pain, induce fear, and create some responses in our nervous system that it is not safe to be vulnerable, intimate, close, open, and or to let that in with someone else. And this is the struggle of all of us who have insecure attachment, in that of course we want healthy relating, of course we want relationship, of course we want to welcome love into our life. And when we meet someone and we enter a relationship, if you have an unresolved attachment trauma or certain individual attachment injuries that get provoked or triggered and are not integrated, and they provoke your nervous system, it's going to solicit fear or whatever response you have. Some people become very preoccupied and anxious. Some people, their nervous system activates and they feel very speedy, hypervigilant. For some people, they check out and dissociate. They need to completely distance and say, well, it's not safe to be this vulnerable. It's not safe to be this open with this other person. So this is, as it's titled in what I'm saying, a core concern that we really must address if we want to change our relationships and to not be a puppet to our history in such a way that we're so reactionary and feel challenged to stay present in certain levels of vulnerability. And oftentimes what we'll do is we'll pick a partner who won't be able to deliver and stay present with us in vulnerability. So that in and of itself, being with a partner who is somehow absent or withholding or unavailable is simultaneously going to provoke your nervous system. This is a concern. This is what I'm identifying as a core concern, and then a core practice of how to work with it from the perspective of an antidote or a way to stay focused. I'm identifying, saying, therefore, we choose to practice skillful management of our distress. So that means educating ourselves on how do we work with distress in the body, what is our particular style or flavor of distress, and what do we do to maintain healthy boundaries and to put ourselves in situations with loving partners that we can practice trusting and practice feeling more safe with different levels, various levels of emotional disclosure. I'm going to read it one last time. Our experience of vulnerability and intimacy in relationships activates various levels and forms of distress, fear, anxiety, hypervigilance, checking out, that get in the way of creating secure attachment bonds with others. Therefore, we choose to practice skillful management of our distress. I hope that this is helpful. Stay tuned for the next video. It's going to be number 3. If you want to get this document, go to alanrobarge.com/core concerns. Also, please subscribe to this video. More videos on the way. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.